Jermall Charlo is back. He is training. Rumor has it he will be on Gervonta Davis's undercard in Houston. Yeah, keep running your mouth. Keep running your mouth. You guys seen the clip at the beginning. Jermall Charlo, he is looking in good shape. You know, there was a moment like he hadn't really fought in a long time. Even his last fight with Jose Benavidez, that was at a catch weight, he missed weight and he just didn't look like the same body type that he had before the long layoff. Like when he was fighting Fernando Montiel or when he was fighting Dennis Hogan, it looked different. So it is good to see that Jermall Charlo looks to be in shape and like he's taking it seriously. We have not had the Tank versus Lamont Roach press conference yet. I think they're still scheduling it. It was actually supposed to happen, but they had to push it back. So maybe they're getting their ducks in a row with the undercard or whatnot before they formally announce it. Not a big deal. There still is time. And I think that's a great card for him to be on. Obviously, the Charlo brothers being from Houston and Tank fighting in Houston, where the Houston Rockets play, it just makes all the sense in the world. Get a hometown guy. Gervonta Davis already is a face of boxing, him and Canelo. So he's doing the numbers. And I think it's going to be a movie. So I like Jermall Charlo. And like, here's the thing. There's a lot of negative Nancy's and really kind of hateful people in the sport of boxing. And I truly feel like some people, they are so negative and toxic that they oftentimes pray for the worst. That's just not who I am as a person. I like the way Charlo fights. I don't know about his decision making outside the ring. He's done some things that we don't really agree with on the channel, things like that. But as a fighter, in his best, he's a good fighter. He has one of the best jabs in boxing. He showed power. Now, there are questions about Jermall Charlo because really the inactivity and his personal life. Like I said, there were times where his weight fluctuated and not in a good way. And also, it is hard in a sport like boxing in general, but then coupled with the fact that you have a guy who's been inactive. And I think Charlo's style, he's rhythmic and he's athletic, and he also, in his prime, at his best, relies on timing. So the quickest way to forget some of those things, and not saying you'll just completely not know how to fight. However, if you have pristine timing, like let's say you're shooting a gun and then you don't go to the range for as long as Charlo has fought, and you go to the range one time in 4 years or whatever it's been, right? And then have pandemics and gain weight and all types of stuff like that, you're not going to be the best shot at the end of that. You know what I mean? As opposed to if you stayed healthy, stayed active, and kept your shooting up, right? Boxing is no different. Some guys are better off. Like Floyd Mayweather, he's probably the GOAT when it comes to, he's able to take long breaks, but he's not doing too much. He's not poisoning his body. He's not drinking. He's not doing drugs, and he's staying in shape. So at least, and he's probably secretly still training boxing. So when he fights and knocks out Ricky Hatton, I believe it was, and then he took 24 months off, basically 2 years, he came back and fought Juan Manuel Marquez. He's able to do that because it's Floyd. And then after the Berto fight, he took some time off, years off, and then came back and fought Conor McGregor. But when you're damaging your body, poisoning your body, gaining weight, have family problems, you know, whatever mental health issues that Jermall says he had, that's when it gets tricky, because was there something lost in that downtime, right? Because you don't have the momentum on your side. So I'm pulling for Jermall Charlo. I think he needs to ease his way back into the fight game. The other thing is, I don't know if he could even make 160 anymore. He already lost his belt with the WBC due to inactivity. The day he got a DUI and it was announced, then the WBC said enough is enough and made Carlos Adames the champion. So if I had to take an educated guess, I'll probably say Jermall is moving to 168, or at least a catch weight. But I think he needs tune-ups before going with big names, you know, like the Demetrius Andrades and stuff like that. I love the fight. I just am sensible, and I know boxing, and I know you don't want to overwhelm the circuitry by having only a Jose Benavidez fight, who's really a guy who started really at 140 and then moved to 47, got shot in the leg, got stopped by Crawford, and then you fought him at like 160 something and missed weight. That's not good preparation for the bigger and tougher fights at 168, like Caleb Plant, where Caleb Plant's called out the fight. He's been looking good, you know, versus Trevor McCumbee, got a stoppage. Anthony Durrell got a stoppage. Only people he didn't really stop recently or look good with was Canelo and Benavidez. And I can't say he didn't look good. He just didn't stop those guys. Let me know what you guys think. Jermall Charlo, who should he fight on this comeback fight? Personally, I think just being reasonable, he needs a tune-up. I think he needs a couple tune-ups to get the timing back, get your confidence back, and even not taking a punch. Imagine not taking a punch for a real punch, you know, or a succession of punches with no headgear and stuff for 4 years. You might not be the best at reacting to it, you know? It's just what it is. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. And you kind of see this too with retired fighters. Sometimes guys retire for all these years. That's why like Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, a lot of people don't even know how that's going to look because Tyson's been retired for 20 years, you know, barring maybe a Roy Jones fight, but they said it was an exhibition. So how do you take a punch from a bigger Jake Paul? You know, it's just weird. So inactivity kills. Let me know what you guys think.